Hello all. If you've read some of the news, you would have possibly heard about this. It's some drama that's coming out of the Slaughter To Prevail camp. What the fuck is going on with Thomas Finch and his statement and Slaughter To Prevail's response? Let's dig into this, guys. So if you hadn't seen, there has been two statements, one from Thomas Finch, who is the former Drumtech of Slaughter To Prevail, and an official statement from Slaughter To Prevail themselves. I'm going to put up the statement from both Thomas Finch and Slaughter To Prevail and read the entire lot from top to bottom, and I'm going to also leave it on screen, so feel free to pause it. But if you've seen the statements already, go ahead and skip to the end of the video. So Thomas Finch says, "A word of caution to my fellow crew, tech and industry colleagues regarding Slaughter To Prevail. This isn't about the band personally, they are all wonderful, fun-loving humans. This is about the current leadership set in place, new band management and current tour manager. After years of touring, working hard and running a business that supports artists and musicians, I never felt the need to post something like this until now. I recently stepped away from our tour with Slaughter To Prevail as a drum tech due to an overwhelming amount of disorganisation, mismanagement, financial instability and blatant disrespect toward crew members. I'm sharing this not out of bitterness but out of responsibility to protect others in our community who might be approached by this camp for future work. It started with red flags. I was never asked for my banking info before being flown out. I had toured with them while with Marilyn Manson. So there was a bit of history, trust and friendship there. When I sent my invoice and banking info after the first few shows, I received zero response and I was told the manager was travelling and didn't have email access. After weeks, eventually I was promised payment by the business manager. It didn't show. I made it clear I would not continue working for free. The tour manager brought that to the band's manager, whose response was, "Tell him to get fucked," and that I was unprofessional for demanding payment and being willing to walk away. I then approached the band's guitarist and owner directly as instructed, and suddenly payment showed up. I chose to stay and honour my commitment, but unfortunately the problems only escalated. What followed was complete breakdown, crew forced to book their own return flights, tour manager using the cheapest failing transportation available, no working band credit card on days off, no food, no support, nothing. I brought pizza for the crew out of my own pocket, which was expressed as gratefulness by tour manager, as all they had was a bag of leftover popcorn. Then was told by the tour manager that the band would likely refuse to reimburse me, and now I am battling them via email over pizza in order to get my invoice paid. $128,000 blown on inflatable stage props that were never used because they didn't fit the venues. The tour props is in reference to, on some of their shows, there's a giant inflatable bear that sits behind the drum riser. So that'll be to do with that. Meanwhile, the crew was left with no food, no basics, and worrying about receiving pay. Hotel rooms on a day off promised for a crew were taken by the band and manager after the buzz broke down. When the tour manager confronted management, he was told if crew needs a room that bad, they can go get their $100 room somewhere else, was said. Only after multiple crew members, myself included, threatened to exit the tour did rooms miraculously appear. No pay, no schedule, no clarity, just excuses. One of the most dangerous aspects of this operation is the lack of any clear pay schedule. You're told to submit your invoices by Thursday for payment the following Monday, and Monday never comes. Other crew were told different dates to submit and the confusion set in. So while you're on the road, it becomes clear that you are expected to float your expenses, flights, hotels, food with no contract, no payment timeline and no accountability. All PDs are put into your paycheck, which seemingly never arrives. And when you ask the tour manager when you're getting paid, you're told, "You'll get paid when you're damn good and ready to pay you." This is exactly what was told to our lighting tech in front of the entire crew, who recently stood up for the box truck driver, a vendor who still hasn't been paid and has been covering tour costs out of pocket, went into the negative, and another truck driver helped him financially with gas and food. The tour manager's response, "That's his problem, he should have been prepared financially." After speaking with the truck driver, it was made clear that he was never told he would have to front money and invoice for it. He was expected to be paid like everyone else. This kind of thing is not only disrespectful, it's dangerous. To the touring community, I've worked with dozens of bands, venues and crews around the country and the world. I know how hard we all work to keep the wheels turning and how important trust, communication and professionalism are in this industry. If you're approached to work with this camp, get a contract, demand a written payment timeline. Do not pay out of pocket unless you want to fight for reimbursement. Walk away if you sense even a hint of the behaviour described above. There are too many great artists out there who do take care of their people. After a very heated and fiery conversation with the band's manager, everything became clear and as the writing was on the wall. I could not and will not move forward another day swimming in this chaos. I'm now heading home to my girlfriend, pups and business with peace of mind, knowing I stood my ground and did what was right. I have no regrets about leaving, only a broken heart for leaving the drummer, as he is an amazing person and I liked him very much, even helped in Landon Evans' endorsement. I'll continue supporting artists who treat the crew with their professionalism and respect we all deserve. With that said, if you need help with your gear, a rap build, endorsement guide, or just support a fellow crew member, I've got your back. Much love and respect, Finch. Yes, I have sufficient undismissible proof of everything stated above. Upon my exit to the tour, they are now making people sign NDAs as to not have this information out there, and I have been paid minus the pizza, crew, food purchase since my conversation with management and making this post. Now, Slaughter To Prevail did respond back to this statement and they released their official statement as well, and let's have a look at this one. We always pay our crew. We do everything we can to run this band properly and fix any problems as they come up. The person who made the public post never raised any concerns during the tour. In fact, they asked to continue working with us right up until the day they chose to leave, which left us very shocked after he personally texted our drummer that he was leaving and never spoke to us about any issues beforehand. Instead, he put his grievances online immediately, which is strange to us as it looked like he's using this opportunity to promote his business. We're shocked to see him using this opportunity to grow his business when it should be about a genuine issues that we could fix easily, which he knew that we could as we had fixed issues for him before. Despite his statement saying his wish the band to be successful, he left our drummer and pushed his statement as far as he could to hurt our reputation over problems we could have solved for him. Whilst we understand there is a protocol with leadership and crew grievances, we broke this on the first day with no consequences because his problem was solved easily, but then he preferred to make this public instead of actually trying to fix the issue again, which looks very optimistic to us. We believe the reason he chose to leave was after a conversation with our manager who told him he would not be continuing as our drum tech on upcoming tours. We already had a full-time drum tech based in Australia. When we first booked these shows, they were intended as one-off festivals and it didn't make sense to fly him over. After that conversation, the public accusations and slander began. We believe the conversations were tense, but it was mutual and direct between adults. People spoke their minds. This happened in a public part of the green room with crew, venue staff, band and friends present. Many of the claims in the post are not true from our perspective. For example, on the day the crew buzz broke down during a travel day, we only had booked day rooms at a hotel in El Paso. Because of this situation, the band gave up their personal rooms and had them converted into twin rooms so the crew could sleep while waiting for the repaired bus to arrive and take them to the next show in Tuscan. The claim about delayed payment is also not accurate. The delay was started by the individual giving our business team incorrect bank information which caused the payment to bounce. After that, and a short holiday by our business manager, payment was made within 2 weeks of the show, which is one thing we could improve to make sure all short-term contractors are issued with proper agreements that clearly state all conditions to avoid situations like this in the future with correct payment schedules. As foreign nationals, we have tried our best to set up a business structure in the US, including credit cards and banking. It has taken time to sort, especially for credit cards, as we had security issues with our debit cards that were out of our control. We worked hard to find solutions to keep the tour running smoothly. In rare situations, crews covered small expenses on our behalf, which is normal, and reimbursed quickly through the standard recharge invoices. After the accusations were made, conducted a full internal review into crew conditions. We spoke to everyone involved to make sure the environment is professional, respectful and fair. We found no evidence of any mistreatment or wrongdoing and have welcomed all advice to make future tours better. We take these things seriously and want everyone we work with to feel safe and confident in their role. We also want people to know we had warnings about this person before the tour. We gave them a chance and stayed quiet. We never shared any of their past or present behaviour public, even when we had reason to. But that line has now crossed. Another crew member close to this individual was also not asked to return because of poor work. To protect our team and our businesses, we issued a standard non-disclosure agreement. This is common in touring and protects everyone when private businesses or personal information is being shared publicly. We are not perfect, but we are focused. We do try to do the right thing, and we care deeply about our music, our fans and the people we work with. Thank you for supporting us. We move forward. There will be no further statements, but we'll happily see this through court if he wishes to continue. So that's the statements both from Thomas Finch, bringing up some things that he thought were disrespectful and unprofessional within this tour and within the management. Now, I also have to stress that he does say this isn't about the band, it's about the management. Slaughter To Prevail obviously do have to respond to that. They have brought up that there is issues with the band credit cards, which they're having issues with. Now, they are Russian, touring in America, so there's going to be some issues with that. As far as the pay structure, it's something new to them, and they're trying to work this out and make it perfect for everyone so everyone can walk in and know exactly what they need to do. I have to say, I kind of believe Alex and the Slaughter To Prevail statement in the sense of they are trying to look after their fans and their crew members. All videos of just Alex where he's backstage or he's out and about, he's always seems like a chilled kind of guy, someone that you could hang out with for an hour or two if he has the time and he's available to do so. He just seems like a normal person, not someone that thinks their ego is higher than what it should be and they should be not associating with the public. So I do think that Slaughter To Prevail are trying to make this work and work correctly for everyone involved. As far as the comments from Thomas Finch, I think there is a lot that he has brought up, and some obviously Slaughter To Prevail clearly have acknowledged and said they need to improve on. Now, whether or not there is going to be any more statements from either Thomas Finch or Slaughter To Prevail, I have no idea, but it seems pretty set now that both have publicly gone with their statements, released them to everyone to see, and that could pretty much be the end of it, as Slaughter To Prevail say, if there is any more statements regarding Thomas Finch about this tour and the working conditions he was experiencing. Publicly, at least, they are going to be taking him to court. Let's hope that for everyone's sake involved in this, it's now done and dusted and the two sides can meet amicably and discuss this properly in private.